good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are. My name's Katie O, and this is Moon Mama Musings. Welcome back to my living room for another astrology peephole for today, the 29th of September 2021. We're in a waning crescent in the sign of Cancer, and it is our last quarter moon. Last quarter moon. So this is all about whatever kind of whatever things that we released around that full moon time just recently are starting to actually fall away. Yeah, so the reality is setting in of these things that we've started to let go of, right? We've finally been letting go of things once and for all. We've heard the call. We're trying to figure it out. We're doing it. All right. We may not like it, may not be super comfortable, but we're doing it. We're doing it. So what I've got here in my notes is I have the reality sets in of the score. We realize what the score is, where people stand, what the situation is actually all about right now. Okay, we're being able to sorry, I keep on moving around the table and stuff. Sorry, no touching. We're understanding where we actually stand right now. Now we're actually getting a real proper, like, unobstructed, unbiased view of what the is happening right now. We're seeing at it from the greater picture, and we're going, oh my god. For some of you guys, it's not super great. Some of you guys, it's fantastic. It's grand. You're in a wonderful spot. Wherever you are, it's you need to know is your realizations about reality or what's happening right now. Okay. And remember, just like any tarot reading, if you see information in here, you hear something that you don't like, nothing is set in stone. You're not like destined to die if you're not ready. You know, it's not. You don't have to be tied to some horrible fate if that's not what you want. If you see something or hear something in these videos that you don't like, change it. In fact, sometimes the purpose of these messages are so that you don't like it and so that you change your course of action. Yeah, it is what it is. So it doesn't mean that this has to be forever or will be this way forever. It doesn't. It's just what it is right now. Okay, we're doing an energy check-in. We're doing an energy update. What's going on right now? Doesn't mean it is forever, especially if it's something that you don't like and you want to change. You can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. You guys have proven to yourselves and to everyone around you that you are very capable of making changes for yourself happen. So you can do it. Also, this could be making us really feel a type of way. Look, the moon is in Cancer. What can we can't really deny it. Cancer is the sign that's ruled by the moon, so we are experiencing heightened emotions when we are going through moons in Cancer. That's just the way that it is. It's just the way that it is. It is what it is. We can't get around it. But it's a watery moon. I heard the floodgates are opening. Yeah, today the floodgates are opening. In this last quarter moon, you guys might need a purge. You might need to cry. You might need to scream. You might need to break stuff. I mean, some of you guys, however you let off steam, if you're, maybe some of you guys are boxers or you do CrossFit or something and you like go and work out to get all of your energy out, or maybe some of you guys like to go to the shooting range. I don't know, whatever it may be. Maybe some of you guys like archery or whatever, boxing. I'm really seeing boxing. Is that like you're really like punching out all of your frustrations? You know what I mean? But the floodgates are going to open, and if you feel the need to have a purge to let out emotions that maybe have been holding stagnant lately, go for it. Feeling a lot of us were so overwhelmed by everything that was going on that we weren't really processing our emotions properly in real time. So they kind of like built up and got put on the back burner, to the point where now it's like we have no choice, but we actually have to deal with them, and it might come fast and furious. It might be like a overflow of emotion. But it's a necessary part of processing what has been transpiring. It's not been simple. We've not been on an easy route. Okay, we've not been taking the regularly beaten trail. We're bushwhacking right now. All right. You know, some people, you know, when you go out and ski backcountry, sometimes you end up having to walk along a highway and waiting for a car to pass by to pick you up. Sometimes it happens. Like, if you're going off the beaten trail, you don't know where you're going to end up, but you have to be willing to accept the consequences of wherever it is that you end up when you take off that beaten trail. I mean, even if, like, any way you go, you have to accept the consequences of what you ask for, right? If you stay on the path completely traveled all the time, then you should expect to have a very vanilla, very what's expected existence. Like, yeah, it's probably not going to be super satisfying for a lot of you kind of people that are like me and that are, movers and shakers and like to adapt and like to change and are, intellectual but also very intuitive and blah blah blah. It's like it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Maybe we're feeling a certain kind of way about it. But look, it is what it is. We're we understand the reality of things now. Okay, we're trying not to illusion ourselves. A long time, maybe we were blowing smoke up our own asses. We're not doing that anymore. Okay, we got a couple of a couple of aspects I want to talk to you guys about today on the 29th. We have the moon making a square with the sun. What I'm hearing is that the sun is now sure about the north node. Our masculine energy, our giving energy, our light energy, our go-get-em vibes, our ego knows, exactly what our destiny is, knows exactly what it wants to move towards. And it's now kind of challenging the moon. It's kind of challenging the emotions and the dreams. It's going, all right, put your money where your mouth is, dreams. Put your money where your mouth is, emotions. You feel like this is the way that things should be? Well, let's actually make them be that way and see what happens instead of just speculating and intuitively feeling out the situation. Like, yeah, there's a time for that and a place for it. But right now, let's just do something and then see how it works, right? Because it's an infinite possibility field. There's infinite possibilities. So if you spend your time trying to map out every single possible outcome, you're never going to see the end of it. All right? It's like, let's just get on with it now. All right? That's the sun is going, let's go. Let's do this. Meanwhile, the moon is kind of like, Cancer moon. Good Lord. All right, the moon is also squaring Mars. So this is that compassionate stance on forward motion is actually truly challenging this Cancer moon now. Because the Cancer moon is being looked at by the sun going, let's go. And Mars is going, I know that usually I would have punched you in the face to get you to move. Oh, give me a second. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. My daily stuff delivery came in. What was I saying? I was talking about Mars, wasn't I? The moon is squaring Mars. So the compassionate stance that we have on forward motion is truly challenging this dimensional Cancer moon. So yeah, it's this vibe of like, the sun is going, okay, moon, it's time to go. And the moon is going, I feel really emotional about this. And Mars is like, it's okay. I know I don't usually act in this compassionate way, but like, take my hand, let's go. And the moon is like, it's like, I, what do I do? Like, what do I do? Like, Mars has fucked me over before, and it's like brash, go get him vibes. But like me freaking out has fucked me over. It's like we're not really quite sure. We're just really not quite sure. I'm feeling that some of us have realized, or realizing is we're realizing we fucking overreacted. Like, properly overreacted to some things in the past as well. As we're like, oh boy. Wow, that situation where I said that thing to that person, or I did that thing in that response to that reaction, or oh my God, I can't believe I did that. It was really very brash. It was really like, now that you're standing in a compassionate Mars stance, you're seeing how overly expressed Mars was in the past, where you were like, oh my God, I really was being a bit of a jerk. Like, that person didn't deserve that. This situation didn't merit that response. And we're feeling kind of guilty. We're feeling kind of bashful. We're feeling kind of, oh boy, I can't believe, like, oh, don't look at me. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I fucking did that. It's like the idea of like, maybe some of you guys had a big night of partying, and then you woke up the next morning and your friends were like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that thing last night. And you're like, I did what? Excuse me? I did what? I didn't. That wasn't me. And they're like, oh yeah, you were absolutely blackout. You were on the bar. You were showing your tits. I don't know, whatever it was. But like, you're going, yeah, it's like that kind of vibe. But the thing is with the moon squaring Chiron, is we actually do come to terms with the fact that we're like, okay, yeah, I'm not proud of what I did, but like, at the same time, I can't really fault myself for behaving that way, because at the time I was acting in my integrity. At the time I was doing what was right for me. At the time I needed to be in that energy of being selfish or being dismissive or being emotionally unaware of what was going on around me, of being harsh with other people, of just this you needed to be. There was no ways around it. You had to be in this vibe, and it sucks. Fucking sucks. Like, it sucks to have to deal with the after effects of it. But it's like we didn't intentionally hurt anyone. We didn't intentionally screw up. We didn't intentionally make things difficult. We were really just trying to be true to ourselves, and it was because we were figuring it out at that time, you know? We're like, look, it's a real vibe of like, I'm really sorry, but I thought I was doing the right thing, and I just didn't see it the way I see it now, and now I do, and I'm coming to you and asking for forgiveness, and I'm sorry for behaving that way. I just didn't see the way that my actions affected this situation. I didn't see it that way. I was in this mindset where I was so busy trying to protect myself that, you know, it's that kind of a vibe. Maybe some of you guys are going to be having an actual conversation that sounds a little bit like that, or somebody who maybe hasn't treated you very fairly in the past, or maybe it's you've treated someone unfairly in the past, and you're going to be approaching them going, I fucked up, but I needed to be there at that point, and I really hope that you can accept that and forgive me for it, because I'm coming to you now seeing how that was wrong. I just didn't see it at the time. Yeah. Anyway, the last thing I want to talk about is our beautiful Venus in the sign of Scorpio, which is all about death and rebirth, sex, all of that stuff. Yeah, passion, creativity. Yeah, Venus is a little bit uncomfortable in Scorpio because it's not really focusing on the lively, bright, and expression of emotion and expression of abundance and da-da-da-da-da. It's kind of focusing on the ends of things, you know, how the ends come into play about the new beginnings, and Venus can be uncomfortable in that. So when Venus came into Scorpio, she was like really head up her own butt, right? It's like this idea of like, what am I doing here? I don't understand this energy. It's really hardcore. It's really dark. The Grim Reaper is standing over me. What do I do? What do I do? That kind of a vibe. But with Venus is trining Neptune retrograde in the sign of Pisces. This is the feminine is finally accepting the magic of this prophecy. Yesterday we had this energy of like, are you listening? Hello, can you hear me? Is this thing on? Like, the answer today is yes. Yes, I can hear you. Even through all the noise, even through the static, even through the distance, even through the division, even through the misunderstanding. Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, that's the answer. The answer is yes. If you're wondering, can that thing hear you? Yes, it can. And vice versa. You can hear it. You've been hearing it too. It's a very mirroring energy. I feel like it's like two people standing on either sides of a river, and the river is swelling, right? We've got this floodgates that have opened in the last couple of days. The river is loud and crashing, and it's white water, and and these two people are standing on the other side of the river. Hello, can you hear me over there? And it's like at first you had a hard time because you were just so focusing on the sounds of this crashing water. But as you stand on the edge of the bank and continue to try and make sounds to one another, well, now you finally start, the crash of the river becomes white noise, and it fades into the background. And so you can hear the subtleties of what's happening around it, what's tucked into that rushing, whooshing sound. You can hear those little sneaky sounds that are just whispered into the corners, yeah? So yes, the answer is yes, I can hear you. Yeah. Feminine energy is accepting the magic of this prophecy, right? Neptune retrograde in the sign of Pisces can be that soothsayer. And maybe for some time we've been feeling an intuition towards something, or we've been getting dreams about it, or we've had prophecies, or we've had tarot card readings, or whatever. There's been something that's been telling us that something is coming, right? And you think it's impossible and improbable and there's no freaking way. Well, guess what? This is really the acceptance of yeah. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. And that's what that is. Okay, I'm going to get you a card of the day from the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, because why not? Unicorns are awesome. Please may I have one card for today's energy. Oh my. Okay. I'm going to keep them all three of them. We got the Hanged Man, first of all. So we've had a change of perspective. Okay? Right? So like, yeah, maybe that change has been that adaptation of our ears to the rushing sound of the water so that you can hear more of what's on top of it, right? So there's been this period of time where there's been this retreat lately, and now there's a change of perspective happening today. There's some change of perspective. Yeah, okay, there might be a little blood rush into your head when you're hanging upside down, but it's all for the better, right? And the thing is that this change of perspective has to do with burdens and the Hierophant. So 10 of Wands and the Hierophant card. Burdens and structures, right? Is like we're worried that these long-standing things are going to burden us. This is that energy from the other day that I was talking about, is we're worried we're going to get bored if we commit to something long-term. And we're having a perspective change with regards to it, as we don't see, I don't know, marriage, for example, as a prison anymore. We don't see having a long-term career and tenure, maybe, as something that would keep us away from our creative expression. We're not seeing the Hierophant as a stifling energy anymore. We're not seeing these 10 wands as a burden anymore. We're seeing it as a journey, and we're seeing it as a interesting way of life. I'm hearing we're starting to understand that the Hierophant, the keeper of the keys, right, is the key. That the keeper of the keys implies that they're able to open any doors, right? Once you come to terms with the Hierophant energy, you can do whatever it is that you want, right? Because he's got the skeleton key. He can go through any door he wants because he's got this wisdom, he's got this spiritual connection, he's got this dedication to higher perspective. I heard. They've changed it. Before they were really head on the ground, yeah. But now they've got their feet in the air. And it's they had to get there with your feet in the air and your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it, yeah. But your head would collapse if there's nothing in it, and you ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Or wondering, oh my God, how did I ever live the other way? How did I ever survive with that when I was stifling myself with that burden of what I expected to come for me? Yeah? Maybe we're starting to realize about this walking like a duck, quacking like a duck. You gotta ask the duck what it is before you just assume. Interesting. So much interesting energy lately. Interesting. Okay. Consume and new adventure. Right? So, you've been wanting this new adventure for some time, but you were doing the same shit. I'm hearing you've changed your eating habits in a way. You've changed your habits of consumption. You were expecting something new to come from the same old crap. You were just eating, it's like you were eating steak and potatoes every day, and you were expecting something different every single day, but you didn't do it. So there's this joke that I used to tell when I was a kid. There's 3 construction workers, and they work on a high rise, right? And they're working up in the high rise, and every day the 3 of them sit down and they open their sandwiches, and the first one goes, oh my God, peanut butter. Good Lord, I can't believe it. Peanut butter again. We keep on getting peanut butter. Our wives keep eating with peanut butter sandwiches. If I get peanut butter again, I'm going to jump off the building. So the next day they open their lunch boxes. Sure enough, it's peanut butter. One day after the next, off they do, jumping off the buildings. And then the 3 widows are standing at the funeral going, oh my God, I can't believe, I just can't believe this happened. I don't know what's going on. Like the 3 of them, one day after the other, just threw themselves off the building. I just don't understand what's going on. Why would they do this? And at the end of it, the last they're talking about, they really can't figure it out. And they finally come up with this idea that, oh my God, it's like maybe they were dissatisfied with something. Yeah, maybe they were dissatisfied with these peanut butter sandwiches. And the last wife goes, oh my God, but he asked for peanut butter every day. Yeah. So that last guy, he actually like invited in his own misery, right? He went with the flow. Everybody's going, oh, if I get peanut butter again, I'm going to jump off the building. And he like actually really likes peanut butter, but he feels like because everybody gets peanut butter, they want to jump off a building. Maybe he has to as well. Maybe he has to go with the flow. But that's crap. I mean, first of all, why would you you actually like peanut butter? So why would you throw yourself away? Because just because everybody else doesn't like the things that you like doesn't mean that they're bad. It's kind of like I get this idea often is that everybody seems to be so uncomfortable in this world that we're living in. And I understand, absolutely. There's a lot of reasons why I'm uncomfortable too. But in the grand scheme of things, where I am anyway, I really, I don't really feel the need to complain about stuff because it's like, I mean, yeah, it's not ideal, but I can still go to the beach every day and I can still, I've got quite a bit of freedom, even though it might not feel that way to some. But it's either way, it's a new adventure. You're changing the way you're looking at things. You're changing the way you're absorbing things. You're changing the way you consume, changing what you pull in. And it's bringing you on this brand new adventure. All right? Maybe before you asked for your own misery. And I hate to break it to you, but yeah, you asked for your own misery. But you're not doing that anymore. You've changed something. You're moving away from being stuck in a rut. Right? You're packing up your boxes of shit and you're realizing, so this butterfly is like trying so hard to fly through my big glass windows. It's been trying since I started this video basically, and it won't. Poor thing. Anyway, I'll try and help it in a minute. We were stuck in a rut for some time, but we're not anymore. We're moving away from that, and it's because we've changed this idea. We're not doing the same thing and expecting different results anymore. We're actually doing something different and looking forward to having different results from doing something different. And if you've not started doing something different yet, now is your chance. All right. Okay. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, evening, whatever the heck it is. I'm sorry for anything you're going through. If I've made you feel a certain way, thank you so much for being a beautiful, beautiful being and lending your energy to the circuit. I thank you to your guides, my guides, the ascended masters, the angels, whatever other energy has been involved in bringing us these beautiful, 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 clear, concise messages for our highest good whenever we find them. I love you to the moon and stars and infinity and beyond and back, and I accept this, and I hope you do too. But if not, that's totally cool. We'll catch you another time.